Hold on to your seats because Bad Guys 3 is hitting theaters in the next few years. Are you ready to find out what the new adventure of the ex-villains will be like? It's almost certain that the next Bad Guys movie will be about an alien invasion against planet Earth. Yes, and fans have known about this for a while now because this universe is based on the books of the same name. Aliens already exist in the Bad Guys universe, and they're more than confirmed for the next adventure. They've been watching our planet for centuries, and even sent someone to set up an invasion plan. Do you already know who it is? That's why the movie ends with our heroes joining a secret agency, because now their job is to protect the world from much bigger threats. And this, you can be sure, is proof that Bad Guys will have not just a fourth, but also a fifth movie. You're more than ready for a new adventure, right? We're looking at the newest big animated movie franchise, so you might as well start getting your popcorn ready, because another epic cinewave is about to begin. You probably already know there's a post-credit scene that's absolutely mind-blowing. Dr. Marmalade came up with a genius plan to get into space. He wanted the villains to use the golden magnet to pull his car right out of Earth. In the post-credit scene, we find out that the car was actually a spaceship, but instead of returning to Earth, the villain flies into space. This happens because, in the books, Marmalade is an alien. Yes, fans who read the books already knew this and kept that secret from you. Good thing our channel exists. Rupert Marmalade's real name can't even be spoken, and not because we don't want to, but because it's completely impossible. But we'll put it up here on screen for you. Try reading this. Easier just to call him Dr. Marmalade, right? In the sixth Bad Guys book, we find out the villain is actually an alien prince. He comes from a place where being cute like a guinea pig is forbidden. But to prove to his father that he can be a terrible villain, he decides to travel to our world and take it over. That's why he knew about that asteroid in the first movie. When Marmalade loses the battle to the Bad Guys, he's arrested, but after Kitty Cat reveals to everyone who Diana really was, all charges against the guinea pig are dropped. But if the justice system thinks he's innocent, why does the villain leave? It's simple. Marmalade is going to get his father's army to conquer Earth. He knows the Bad Guys will become more and more famous and powerful, so he needs a massive army to win this war. And here's the most interesting part. This character is not actually a guinea pig. He's a tentacled alien who can change shape and size, but will he reveal who he really is? Maybe not. That's because Bad Guys currently has 20 books, and even though it's an adaptation, there's a lot of story to tell in theaters. Marmalade is the main villain, so it's possible he won't be the big threat in the next movie. There are still more villains to explore before the final showdown, and we'll be talking about that later today. But not everything is a threat. In the next movie, love will be in the air with the wedding of Mr. Wolf and Diane Foxington. These two characters finally kissed in the second movie, and now they're dating. They're gonna get married at the end of the next movie, but a lot has to happen before that. Just because they kissed doesn't mean this relationship is going to work out at first. One of the big reasons is that they're both leaders and don't like to take orders. In the books, the Bad Guys also join a secret government society led by the Fox, which means Mr. Wolf isn't the one giving the orders, so maybe their relationship won't start off well. Mr. Wolf is the natural leader of the team, so he might not like having to take orders from Diane. After all, they have different styles. The Fox likes to work alone, while the Wolf is all about teamwork. But don't worry, they'll get along and get married in the next adventure. Another possible complication could be the arrival of a new character, someone who's an ex-girlfriend of Mr. Wolf and who used to be part of the Bad Guys. She could show up in the story pretending to rejoin the team, but in reality she's a villain who wants to lure Mr. Wolf to the dark side. In the end, the plan fails and our hero marries Diane. Are you excited for the big I do moment? And if there are bad guys, could there also be good guys? Yes, in the next movie we might meet a group of animals known as the heroes, but in reality they're awful. There's a chance they're a team already working for the government, just like our heroes now, but the two teams would be rivals. The good guys won't like ex-thieves getting so much attention and the best missions, so they'll do whatever it takes to put Mr. Wolf and the others back in prison. Will their plan work? We'll find out soon, because it's almost certain the third movie will hit theaters in the next few years. But it's probably not going to be such an important storyline for a very simple reason. The idea of characters who seem good but are actually bad has already been used in the movie with Marmalade. In other words, they wouldn't repeat the same plot. But what do you think about that? Do you prefer the good guys or the bad guys? Comment #guys so we can get to know each other. In every movie, there's a plan to steal something super important. In the first, Marmalade wanted the asteroid with special energy, while in the second, the villains wanted to steal all the gold in the world. But what about this time? What's going to happen? As you already know, this story is heading to space, which is why we believe the villain wants to steal something important that's outside of Earth. You already know, right? The villain will probably want to steal the moon, just like Gru in Despicable Me, or at least something important that's up there. Of course, stealing the moon wouldn't be a good idea since that would be the end of the world. But maybe that's exactly the plan of the villain who's working for Dr. Marmalade, an alien who hates Earth and wants to destroy our planet. Is that really the plan? We'll find out very soon. And now here's a truth that's about to happen. A brand new member is joining the team in the next movie. His name is Milton, and he's a dinosaur. And yes, he exists in the bad guys' books. Milton is a wild velociraptor who lived millions of years ago, but after an accident with a time machine brought him to the future, this dinosaur gained super intelligence and a personality just like a human's. In other words, the time machine gave Milton all the knowledge in the world, and that could be proof of why animals in this universe act like people. Maybe an accident in time is what evolved them. Milton is the smartest guy on the team and is usually a super polite guy, but will everyone be comfortable around him? Could a dinosaur end up scaring people? We'll find out in the future. You might remember that in the last movie, we saw Kit Kat's Phantom Gang get arrested. The leader of that group was a villain, but Susan, who pretended to be Snake's girlfriend, ended up becoming a good character. In the end, Susan realizes the bad guys are alive, so it's very likely she'll return in the third movie to try to find Snake. But will their relationship work out? Of course it will! Susan is exactly the type of girl Snake loves, and that means that besides Wolf and the Fox, we'll have even more romance in the next movie. And what if there's a city under the sea? This question needs to be asked for a very important reason. The movie never explains why shark and piranha can breathe outside of water. Yes, in this story, animals talk and behave like normal humans, but the problem is shark and piranha should still need water, right? All the others are land animals. The only explanation might be that there's a super powerful society beneath the ocean with the ability to make animals the way they are, and that could even tie in with the time machine that brings Milton, the dinosaur, into the future. Could shark and piranha be from Atlantis? It would be really cool to discover an underwater kingdom, because that could lead to a movie set entirely in the ocean. What do you think? We think it's time for you to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell.
That sounds great.
There's something that could happen in the next movie. Diane may be a professional thief, but there's a good chance she'll become president by the end of the movie. The Fox was mayor in the first movie and governor in the second, which means she's done with her old life. And this time it's very possible she'll want to become the leader of the country. But hold on, in the second movie, everyone finds out Diane is a thief, and she joins the bad guys in the secret government team. Yes, that's true, but everyone knows that secret won't last forever. At some point, people will find out they're alive, and Diane, who loves being in charge, will want to be president of the United States. What do you think about that idea? Will it work out? Bad Guys 3 is expected to hit theaters in 2027. We're still talking about the third movie, which is set to show space and an alien invasion, but there's another character arriving at the end of this story to be the villain of the fourth adventure. The Dread Overlord is a centipede who rules the multiverse, and his plan is to take over all realities. In other words, he's even worse than Marmalade. This character is expected to appear in the post-credit scene of the third movie, but is it too soon to introduce this villain? The answer is no. If the story has already shown that aliens exist, then it's clear the secret government team is fighting threats much bigger than bank robbers. In other words, the Dread Overlord will likely be a member of a very dangerous alien species, which means this third movie will mark a huge leap in the universe, the arrival of super powerful villains. Will the movie premiere in 2027? DreamWorks will reveal that soon. In the meantime, everyone can look forward to the premiere of Bad Guys 3 right here with us. We've got 2 more videos lined up for you to enjoy. We'll see you in the next one. See you soon!